All right, good evening, guys. It is January 3rd. Devon's meat chickens hatched on December 13th, so they are officially 3 weeks old today. Here in just a moment, I'm going to take you out to the chick house, which is where they're currently being housed, and show you the growth of the chicks and all of that good stuff. They outgrew the brooder extremely rapidly. I moved them. The last video I made, they were actually in the brooder at 2 weeks, and I moved them sometime shortly after that 2-week date. They are now in a house that I've had to make a few alterations to just to be able to keep them warm. It is getting down in the 30s every night. We have had some rain again. It seems like we are just getting rain left and right, and with the cold air, it is just way too much. It's hard to keep them warm at this point, but we are pulling it off. We've lost a few to the cold, but hopefully we don't lose any more. They are eating a massive amount of feed. I think we have gone through 7 bags of feed at this point. The 2 bags of chick starter, and we're on either bag 4 or 5 of the meat bird feed. So let's go take a look at these chicks and see what they are looking like at 3 weeks old. So here is the outside of the chick house, which is where they're being housed. I do put a board up over the top part of this door at night just to keep them a little warm. But this pen is completely enclosed now, the back, all the sides, and the front. In my update video, when I did that, I moved them outside. I did not have the back closed. It's way too cold though. I had to cover the back. They were just piling on top of each other to keep warm. So here is the inside of the chick house right now, and it is full of meat chickens. And I know it can be a little hard to see with these red heat lamps on, but they are getting quite big. We've got 2 25-pound feeders in here, so I finally got both of the 25-pound feeders without ever having to move it to the brooder. And we've got 2 waterers in here. Every single morning and every evening, I'm still having to fill up these waters. They are going through a whole lot of water. All right, and I've got my little helper. This is Layla. That's my youngest daughter. She is helping me with this video tonight. So she is holding a chick that actually has some really good feathering. All over the wings. The back feathers are starting to come in and all of that. But we do have other chicks in here that do not have very good feathering. There are some really, really naked chicks. Yeah, that is one of them. As you can see right here on this back, there is not very many feathers coming in. Wing feathers are definitely a lot shorter than what that previous chick that she was holding right here. That one's got really good feathering. So that one there is going to be able to keep itself warm due to the feathering coming in. Some of these others are going to struggle because of the lack of feathering. This particular pen is a heck of a lot easier to keep clean. What I've been doing recently is cleaning the pine shavings out once a day, or once every 2 days actually. And then on the alternate day that I'm not actually removing the pine shavings, I put a fresh layer of pine shavings down. So today I actually cleaned out all the old pine shavings and put new ones down. Tomorrow I will only have to put a fresh layer on top of that. Now as they grow, that will more than likely change. I have not decided how long I'm going to keep them in here. With this being the cold portion of the year, I would love to keep them in here this whole entire time, but I don't know if I will be able to, just because of how big they are going to get. If I start butchering early, like 6 to 7 weeks, I might be able to keep them in here for quite some time. Weed out the big ones and just keep going from there. I have blocked off this corner over here. What I noticed is they started piling in this corner really, really bad. And that is how we lost a few of them, is they were all in that corner and dead. So blocking that corner off has helped quite a bit. They seem to spread out. We've got groups here and then some groups over here. And then back around here, we've got another group. There is a few of them that seem to linger outside of the heat lamp area. Those are the ones that have very good feathering, so that is a good thing, that they are comfortable enough that they can get out from underneath that heat lamp. I have a hydrometer in here. It's really, really dirty on the screen, so it's hard to read, but it has been staying 60 to 75 degrees in here, 60 to 65 or so at night, and then 75 or so during the day. The hottest that I have seen it in here is about 80. So everybody has been happy and comfortable with the temperatures that are in here. Closing in the back side, I used a tarp back there. That helped drastically. At first I had that open just because it was very complicated to cover the back of that. There is a fence on the other side of it, so that was quite the job. but I pulled it off and got it covered. These are all currently eating a meat bird feed. Since I put them on the meat bird feed, they have grown very, very rapidly. I've noticed a huge difference in their growth rate from the chick starter to switching them over to that meat bird. It made a big, big, big difference. So hopefully our first butcher date is 5 weeks or less, hopefully 4. And we can start butchering these in smaller batches. That will give Devon an opportunity to be able to haul a reasonable amount from here to her house and be able to get those situated in the freezer. I know she's going to freeze dry some of this meat. I plan to take the scraps from these chickens and make some bone broth for me and for her both. That way we'll have plenty of broth to be able to use to make soups and stews and all of that with these delicious chickens once we get them processed. Hopefully Devon will be ready to butcher when I am. She plans to do the packaging. Hopefully she sticks to that. If not, my middle daughter will do the packaging. I taught her how the last go around with my meat chickens. And then maybe my little youngest one here will help in some sort of way. Whether it's rounding up the chickens or just handing me the next one to get ready for butcher and all of that. Hopefully my girls will help me. I have confidence in them. Lately, they have decided that they want to be more and more involved. When I decided I was going to make this video, my youngest, Layla, she said, I'm coming with you. And I said, okay, let's go, girl. Let's get this video made. Let's show these people what these 3-week-old meat chickens look like. So I'm going to wrap this video up. I'm going to show you one last time the size of a 3-week-old meat chicken. Let's see if I can pick it up so you can see a better comparison in my hand. So that is the size of a 3-week-old meat chicken. That is a, ooh, hold on to it, girl. Get it. That is a big chicken for 3 weeks old. Standard size breeds do not get this big that fast. Layla is 8, in case I didn't mention that. So her hands are the size of an 8-year-old girl. And you can see how that chick is way bigger than her hands. Thank y'all for watching this video. If you're new to the channel, I appreciate you taking the time to watch this full video. If you've been following, thank y'all for continuing to watch. Have a good evening.